Hey, everybody, this is a rebroadcast of the 2014 card set, the SFFRL NFC Conference Championship game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Let me share my screen here. Game was played just earlier this morning. Just to show you the two teams involved, the Packers are undefeated, 16-0. And they scored a record, what would be an NFL record, 617 points on the season. The Packers just mowed through the competition, just outstatting their opponents in every which way possible. Aaron Rodgers threw for almost 5,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 11 picks. Eddie Lacy ran for 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. You had Lacy also catching 106 passes for over 1,000 yards. So Lacy over 2,500 yards from scrimmage. Jordy Nelson had 73 catches for 1,100 yards. And he was their big play threat. Although Randall Cobb averaged more yards per catch, 15.3 yards per catch. But Jordy Nelson had 17 touchdowns. So that's the Packers' offense. Their defense was led by Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers, getting 11 and 7 sacks respectively. Clay forced 3 fumbles, Peppers 1. And they have an excellent punt returner, Micah Hyde, who had 3 punt returns for a touchdown. Now, the Packers, to get here, they were the number 1 seed, and they defeated the Detroit Lions in the first round of the playoffs. Or, I'm sorry, they defeated the Atlanta Falcons. I can actually look that up in a second. The Seattle Seahawks were the number 2 seed in the conference. They went 13-3. That's coached by me. Russell Wilson had 30 touchdowns, 10 picks. Marshawn Lynch ran for 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. Just a more balanced, not so many powerhouses on the receiving end, which is understandable since Wilson also ran for almost 800 or 750 yards. He had 737 yards rushing, and Robert Turbin kicked in another 570 yards. So the Seahawks are more of a running team, more balanced, while the Packers have an excellent running game too, but they're more of a passing threat. On defense, the Seahawks had 7 sacks each from Bruce Irvin and Michael Bennett Jr., so that'll be their main threats on the defensive side. And Maxwell and Sherman both had 4 picks. So let's get to the action. Like I said, this game was played earlier today. I initially, as the visiting coach, my default for the Packers field is a frozen pitch. But I said, I'll better change that since the Seahawks, as they proved in Minnesota in real life, do not play that great in cold weather. So I will quickly bring up the team notebook for the Packers and change their screen from a snowy field to a normal field. So we'll say it's a balmy 50 degrees here at Lambeau. I said I was going to look up something real quick. We can do that while this is running. So the Packers beat the Falcons 34-17, and the Seahawks in their first round game had that crazy win over the Dallas Cowboys where they held on at the 1-yard line. So here we go. And I accidentally opened Excel. Packers won the toss and they elected to receive the ball first. Well, when you score 617 points, that's understandable. And I think I will speed this up. Me and Butch Tramick is the coach of the Packers. We both played relatively quickly, so I'll just move this up to 1.25. Actually, I might even try it at 1.5 because let's see how fast that goes. It's a kick 8 yards deep into the end zone. That's going to be too fast, so let's change it to 1.25. So it's 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Juwan Harris decides to take it out, which was a little bit of a foolish thing. Butch says, I guess I'm an okay coach when I have Rodgers. Yes, because he scored all those points. So here we go. Maybe should have just taken a knee for that one. Packers start on their 6. They had a blocking back halfback formation and a 4-3 defense for the for the Seahawks double teaming Jordy Nelson. Off tackle right to Lacy. Goes for 4 yards, gets wrong. Yeah, Butch even mentioned he shouldn't be typing when he's doing the kickoff return because he probably hit return or something while he was typing, and that caused him to return it without thinking about it. Anyway, 2nd and 6, Packers at their own 10. Seahawks go 3-3-5 and key off tackle right. It is a draw. Off tackle right to Lacy. It's a fumble split. The Seahawks are on it. They recover the ball at this big play there. Good call, but big play. They bring Robert Turbin out to start in a two tight end set. It's a short pass to Jermaine Curtis. Guessed wrong. Plus 12. That's a touchdown. So the Seahawks kick the ball, pin them deep, correctly key on 2nd down. Not only recover the fumble or cause the fumble, but recover the fumble. And again, Juwan Harris a little too excited, bringing it out again. They're going to have to start from their 13. Long pass around the Cobb, guessed wrong. This could be dangerous. It's a receiver reading. Oh my. Guessed wrong, incomplete. I think that's a hit on Nelson's guard. Seahawks are 2nd attempt. They go 3-3-5 against the blocking back halfback. Call pass, and they double team Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson. It's a flat pass right to Eddie Lacy. This goes for +9. There's a penalty on the field. Holding against Seattle. Take that 9 yards off, give them the 5 yards, but also give them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 18. We do not use the flattest runs rule in this league. We used your normal standard set of rules. There are no limitations on formations. Linebuck to Eddie Lacy. There's a man in zone, but it's guessed wrong. Guessed wrong goes +4. 2nd and 6 at the Green Bay 22. 4-3. Jordy Nelson being double covered. It's a flat right to Lacy again. Remember, Lacy got over 100 passes on the year, but it's an incomplete on Rogers' card on 11. Guessed right. 3rd and 6. Seahawks go 3-3-5, bring in Jordan Hill for the pass rush. Trying to figure out where the matchups are going to favor the Seahawks. They're going to show blitz with a 0 rated free safety. They forget to move Earl Thomas over to the extra DB spot. That's a mistake. Flat pass right to Cobb. Receiver reading +8. That's a 1st down. 4-3. Long pass to Devontae Adams. +27, guess right. That's where Aaron Rodgers is lethal. Wrong, right, or double team. That was +27. Seahawks go 4-3 against the blocking back halfback. They blitz all the linebackers. Short pass to Nelson. 3-minute in zone, guessed right. It's going to be a sack chance. It looks like only a 5% chance of a sack, as Brandon Mebane is not the best pass rusher. Does a nice belly roll when he gets a sack, but it's a dump off for 3 yards on John Kuhn's card. Kuhn is not the best receiver, guessed right. So 2nd and 7 at the Seahawks 40. Ideally, the Packers would come down here, tie the game. Seahawks go 4-3. They bring all the linebackers, except they shift the middle linebacker out to the right, but it's a looking past Eddie Lacy to that vacated spot. There's a 31% chance of a sack, and it is no sack +7. 1st down, Packers. 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 33. Blocking back halfback, and run right to Lacy. Seahawks were doubling Nelson, so it's going to be guessed wrong, but it's on the D card, defensive end -1 or +6, and Michael Bennett's 6 rating makes the play against the White Die 4. 2nd and 7. Packers go 3 wide. The Seahawks bring in Jordan Hill as the extra DB. Short pass to Nelson showing blitz, covered by a 4-man in zone. No chance for a sack. Jordy Nelson guessed right, +18. 1st and 10, the Seahawks 16. Aaron Rodgers getting off to a hot start so far, 5 of 7 for 63 yards. Seahawks going 4-3, and they're bringing the house. All the linebackers and the free safety. Line buck to Lacey. There's nobody plugging that zone, and it's guessed wrong. Goes for 12 yards. Nice call by Butch. Finds the Seahawks gambling and exploits their weak spot. First and goal at the 4. Seahawks call run, short pass to Devontae Adams. That should be a touchdown. Look at all those hits on Aaron Rodgers' card, but unlucky for Butch, it hits the interception split, and it's incomplete. Rodgers is the only quarterback in the set that has an interception split on 12 instead of 11, so he's not going to throw a lot of picks. Second and goal at the 4. Seahawks go 4-3 and show blitz. And run right to Jordy Nelson. Oh, that's a misclick. That would have been a short pass to Nelson, but instead he didn't clearly click where he was going, and it winds up an end run, which goes for -3 yards, which says he must be tired. Third and goal at the 7, excuse me. The Seahawks come out 4-2-5, an unusual formation for them. Showing blitz and blitzing everybody. Short pass to Eddie Lacy. There is a 45% chance of a sack. Bruce Irvin against Corey Lindsley. No sack. It hits this interception split on the D card. It's incomplete. So the Packers will settle for a field goal. The Seahawks have to feel good about that. The Packers moved right down the field and were in position to tie it up, and they had to settle for 3. The Packers kick it deep. The Seahawks start at their 20. First and 10. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. The Seahawks lead 7-3, and they had the ball. Line buck to Marshawn Lynch, blocking back halfback set against the 3-4 defense. Taking a quick look at the Packers cards, they have a lot of short gains on runs. Guess run goes for 5 yards. Seahawks decide to go 3-3-5 and try to exploit the Packers' weak run defense up the middle. First call is a look-in pass to Luke Wilson. Ooh, correctly double covered by Butch. Nice job. So that would have been like +8 or +10, I believe, because of the 6 wide die rule. But instead, it's incomplete. Nice double. Third and 5. Seahawks at their own 25. Flat pass left to Jermaine Kearse, being single covered, goes for 6 yards and a first down. But wait, the Seahawks lined up offsides or had an illegal procedure call, however you want to look at it. Backs them up 5, so instead of first and 10, it's third and 10 from their own 20. Seahawks looking for Jermaine Kearse on a short pass. Packers not showing blitz. They double Doug Baldwin. It's a hit on Russell Wilson's card. Guess right, +13. Huge pickup there. Wilson started pretty strong, 2 for 3 for 21 yards. Hit the early touchdown pass after the fumble. Flat pass right to Jermaine Kearse. It's a run call, but 4-rated linebacker makes the play. But unfortunately, there was a roughing call as Julius Peppers roughs the passer. First and 10, Seahawks up to their own 48. Short gain up the middle. Look at all those. You roll 7 or 8 on the D card and there's nobody in the zone, you're going to get some big yardage. That was a 17-yard gain for Lynch. Now he's going for the off tackle. First and 10. It's a run call, but even with a run call, without that person in the zone, that goes for 22 yards. Seahawks are suddenly right at the doorstep. First and 10 at 13. Short pass to Paul Richardson. Sack chance, but it's not going to happen. It's a must-run to Wilson. +40. That means it's going into the end zone on a 13-yard touchdown run. Russell, hustle, man muscle. Wilson scrambles into the end zone, and it's 14-3. A dream start for the Seahawks. 9-yard to the 0-yard line, and Juwan Harris, the GOAT, takes it out again. Each time he's had the Packers starting from deep in their own end, this time he fumbles it away, and the Seahawks recover. First and 10 at the Packers 12. This is amazing, folks. 16-0 team, just getting the worst luck possible. To looking past the Lynch, incomplete. Second and 10. If the Pack can hold here, it'll hold them to a field goal here. It'll at least be only a 14-point lead. 3-3-5 against a 3-wide set. Short pass on a run call, but it hits a blink on the D card, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Nice stand so far for the Pack. Seahawks going for a short pass to Baldwin. Packers doubling Kearse. It's complete. Guessed right on boxcars on Baldwin's card would have gone for plus 42. So the Seahawks are hitting all their rolls, hitting Russell's must run for 40, which was a touchdown, and now Doug Baldwin brings it in on 3rd and 10 to maximize the Seahawks' points in this game. 21-3. Packers are behind the 8 ball now. 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Long pass to Andrew Corliss, defender X or plus 27. He's covered by Cam Chancellor, who's a 6, so that was not going anywhere. 2nd and 10. The Seahawks decide to stay 4-3, and they bring the linebackers up. Flat pass left to Eddie Lacy. No linebacker in the zone. This is going to be a good play for the Packers. There's an 8% chance of a sack, but that's not going to happen. Plus 8. Could have been a much bigger play, but Pack will take the 8 yards, setting up 3rd and short. Seahawks go for a short pass. A call pass. It's a short pass to Nelson. There's a sack chance. It's a dump off. Plus 9 and first down Packers. 1st and 10 at their own 34. There's still a lot of time left. There's no reason for either of these coaches to feel that this game's been decided. Off tackle right to Lacy. The zone's being plugged by Bruce Irvin. Goes for plus 4. 2nd and 6. Without him there, it would have been plus 7, I believe. 2nd and 6. Pass call, staying basic formation. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy picks up 6. First down Packers at almost out to their own 44. Almost at midfield. Packers go walking back halfback. Seahawks bring the linebackers. Flat pass right to Lacy. It's open. Plus 13 guessed wrong, but there's a penalty. It's offsides on the Seahawks. Michael Bennett jumped, but they'll decline it. So 1st and 10. Now they're in Seahawks territory. You get a touchdown here, it's 21-10. You're in decent shape. Long pass to Nelson being double covered by Earl Thomas. Defender extra plus 27. That would have been a 27-yard gain, as Byron Maxwell's 4 rating wouldn't have made the play against the White Die 6, but the double team stopped it. 2nd and 10. The Seahawks bring a 1 linebacker. It's got a long pass to Nelson again. 0-minute zone covered by a 4. It's a blitz, free safety blitz by the Seahawks, so there's a 21% chance of a sack. No sack, but it's 6 on the quarterback's card, incomplete. So a lot of hits on the Seahawks card, long, if it's empty. So unlucky for Butch on that one. It landed on his card. 3rd and 10, Seahawks showing blitz. Flat pass right to Lacy. Not learning their lesson. Lacy has a nice guess wrong card, and it hits it. Plus 16, first down Pack. Another nice call by Butch. Off tackle right to Lacy. Guessed wrong. Goes for the dreaded 5, 0 yards. Seahawks coach wishing he would have keyed there. Forced another fumble. That would have been too greedy. 4-3 showing blitz. Seahawks have Jordan Hill and Kevin Williams in the game for pass rush on the defensive tackle spots. Short pass to Nelson. Free safety and Bruce Irvin coming. So Earl Thomas and Bruce Irvin. That makes it a 13% chance of a sack. Kevin Williams is not the best. But the roll, is not a sack. It's a dump off for plus 6. So almost it looked like for a second it was going to be a sack. 3rd and 4 now. Packers are obviously in field goal range looking for more. Line buck to Eddie Lacy. 5 yards and a first down. 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 16. 11:51 to go in the first half. James Starks checks into the game for blocking back halfback against a 4-3. Off tackle left to Starks, guessed wrong. No mid-end zone. The opponent picks up 3 though. 2nd and 7. Seahawks showing blitz again. Plugging in the end run left. Actually, they're going to bring the house, it looks like. They're leaving only, no, they're not. They're bringing everybody. Short pass to Randall Cobb. Incomplete on the interception split on Aaron Rodgers' card. You see all those hits he has, even guessed right. Seahawks are getting lucky to avoid those. 3rd and 7. 3 wide against a 3-3-5 showing blitz. Seahawks thinking about bringing their middle linebacker in. Note that they bring Irvin. It's a short pass to Corliss. Guessed right, 4-minute zone. 32% chance of a sack. Cliff Averill against his blocker, no sack, but it hits a blank on the D card. Again, Seahawks getting lucky. 4th and 7. They'll bring the field goal unit out. It's 21-6. Packers kick it to the 1-yard line. Richardson will bring that out. Takes it 26 yards. The Seahawks will start on their own 25. They like what they saw with the 3 wide against the 3-3-5. So they'll keep going there. Line buck to Lynch. Guessed right, +5 because of the white die 1. 3-3-5 again. Off tackle, left. Pass call, guessed wrong, +5. So that's the first down. Seahawks now out to their own 35. Lynch is a good guessed right runner, so even when you hit that 1 white die rule, you're still moving the ball a little bit. Oh, there it is again. 7 short gain on the D card. 1st and 10 out to the 49. Flat pass right to Lynch. Guess right. Interception split on the D card, but it hits a blank. Only a 2 and 3 out of 12 chance for a sack. Long run to Baldwin. There's a long pass the ball, and there's a run call there. But 0-minute zone Packers still have decent enough chances for an incomplete, and that hit the 8 for a blank. 3rd and 10. Seahawks going for a short pass to Jermaine Kearse against the 3-3-5 notch-1 blitz. Doubling Wilson, bring the middle linebacker and the outside linebacker. 32% chance of a sack. And it is a sack. Down goes Wilson. Mike Daniels comes in on the edge, brings the quarterback down, and they'll have to punt for the first time today. They go for a coffin corner. The Packers have the dangerous Micah Hyde returning punts. So the Packers have a chance to get right back, get this down to a single score here. No, it's too early to panic. 1st and 10 at their own 11. Flat pass left to Lacey. Good call. Receiver reading here will be big. There is a 37% chance of a sack, though, as Bruce Irvin takes on Corey Lindsley again. No sack, guessed wrong on the receiver reading because there was no linebacker there, and +12. So 1st and 10 out to their own 23. Double teaming Jordy Nelson, off tackle right to Eddie Lacey. Guessed wrong, picks up 2. Seahawks showing blitz, 2nd and 8. Double teaming Starks. It is a flat pass right to Starks, and that still picks up 6. That's Aaron Rodgers quality right there, folks. 3rd and 2. Packers out to their own 31. The Seahawks going 4-3 against the blocking back halfback and not blitzing. They're calling pass on a linebacker to Lacey. Oh, it hits one of the only rolls. 5 and 10 were the only rolls that weren't first down, so it'd be 4th and 1. If it was me here, I'm going to go for it. I think Butch might be thinking the same thing. He does decide to go for it. Seahawks show blitz. 4-3 against blocking back halfback. Seahawks double teaming Eddie Lacey. It's a looking pass to Kuhn. Linebacker in zone X or short gain. It is incomplete. If you had thrown it to the right, that would have been a short gain. Oof, that takes the momentum away from the pack. Feeling frustrated, Butch says. Frustration setting in. Sorry. I know better. I say, don't apologize. I do that all the time. So the Seahawks have been given a gift here. 1st and 10 at the Packers 32, looking past Lynch. Single covered, but it's going to be guessed right in the quarterback's card. Short gain. Russell Wilson's 3 roll. 1st and 10 now. The Packers 16. Like I said, this is a dream start for the Seahawks. An undefeated team. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I was going to check the tendency chart, but when you're up 21-3 or 21-6, forget about trying to do your preparation. Just go with what feels good. It's a run call, King Lynch. 4-minute zone hits +6 or 6 + 11. Now it's 1st and goal 5. In run to Lynch against the pass call, picks up 2. There's a holding penalty though on the Seahawks. Back him up. That'll be 1st and goal, Packers 15. R.I.P. Muhammad Ali. Ali's funeral is later today. It's a run call and an off tackle. Hits the fumble split on the Packers, but there's only a fumble with no men in zone on 2, 3, or 4. It was a 7 roll. Second and goal at Packers 11. Didn't stop doing that. It's irritating. 2:26 to go in the half. Oh, we're stuck. That's what it is. So we're going to have to disconnect and reconnect. Let me bump this ahead a little bit. Strat-O-Matic does have these connection issues. It's worse in baseball, from what I understand, but football, every once in a while, you will have a disconnect. One of the coaches clicks too fast. So here we go, reconnected. Second and goal at the 11. 2 minutes left in the half. Got a short pass to Wilson. 3 wide against 3-3-5. Single cover, guessed right, but it hits one of his readings there for plus 15. That's an 11-yard touchdown. Russell Wilson to Luke Wilson. Wilson to Wilson is 28-6 Seahawks. Packers are shell-shocked. You go the entire season, you're rarely trailing, if at all. Their lowest point scored all year was 27 points in the Week 1 win over the Seahawks in the regular season. Flat pass left to Adams, guess right, goes for plus 5. 1:15 to go in the half. Seahawks doubling Nelson, bring the extra DB back to the deep zone. Looking past it, Devontae Adams picks up 7. So Butch not panicking, not going for bomb right now. Two men in the deep zone, long pass to Jordy Nelson. 1st and 10. 35% chance of a sack, Michael Bennett against Brian Bulaga. And it is a sack. Bulaga gets beaten by Bennett. That'll make it 2nd and 15, and Butch waves a white flag. Well, maybe not waves a white flag, but he lets the clock run down. Doesn't want to give the Seahawks the ball back. He's going to take another shot here. Seahawks pull everybody back. Long pass to Nelson. Guessed right. Puts on the quarterback's guard on a 4. Incomplete. 3rd and 15. Maybe one more shot at a bomb. Two men in the deep zone, 2 linebackers blitzing, pass call, looking pass to Randall Cobb. Goes for 10. It's a penalty on the play. Ooh, it's roughing on the Seahawks. So suddenly, what looked like half was over, and Butch letting the clock wind down, he's not going to have more than 2 chances here at the end of the half. Short pass to Nelson, guessed right, 3-minute zone, incomplete. 1 second left. Now it's just the Hail Mary time. Aaron Rodgers has been known to complete 1 or 2 of those. If Butch had been a little bit more aggressive, of course you can't anticipate a roughing penalty, although the Seahawks have a poor penalty card. You got a long pass to Richard Rodgers being single covered, 2 men in zone. Hits a blank. So that's halftime, folks. Seahawks are just in dreamland. I know we had another disconnection problem here at the half. Here we go. So 28-6 Seahawks over the Packers. Not to say that the game is over, but it's really tough to come back in situations like this. The Packers try to go for an onside kick, and they don't get it. That's just going to make it worse. Give the Seahawks really good field position. They stick with the 3-wide formula. Off tackle left to Lynch. It's a run call, but the reading is defensive nose tackle 0 or plus 6. And LaTroy Guion can't make the play. White die 5 against his 4 rating. 2nd and 4. Nearly in field goal range. Run call plus 1 because there was a man in the zone that time. Butch got a nice plug there because that would have been a short gain box if I had run to the other side. Which would have been a 20-something yard run. 3rd and 3 at the 37. 4.25 for the Packers. The Seahawks going for a line buck. Just right, but it goes for 4 yards. Guess why? Because of the white tie 1. So 1st and 10 at the Packers 33. Seems like the Seahawks have been living in the Packers territory all game. Offensive left guard +6 or +2 only picks up 2. James Carpenter can't make the play. Remember, all the run block ratings for the offensive line is reduced by 1 when you go to 3-3-5. Or 3 wide, excuse me. Line buck to Lynch, guessed right. Solid run call there by Butch. Picks up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the Packers 27. Seahawks got to be careful. They don't want to get complacent. It is a big lead, but we've seen leads like this evaporate in the past. It's a looking pass to Paul Richardson. Third and 4, 11:28 to go in the third quarter. 2-minute zone. Nice plug there by Butch, and that's incomplete. It would have been a first down because there's the white tie 6. 2-3-8 chance for a good field goal, and he hits a 7. So that makes it 31-6. So the onside kick cost the Packers 3 points there. Now it's imperative, trailing by 25, that they score in this drive. They go 3-3-5. Short pass to Nelson, off tackle right to Letty Lacy. I'm not short pass to Nelson, double teaming Nelson, and it's an off tackle run to Lacy, +7. Lacy has a chunky card on the edges, and Butch hasn't hit one of those yet. See how it's switching up there. 3-3-5, so that Thomas is back in the free safety spot. Off tackle right to Lacy. 2nd and 3. It's going to pick up no yards as Brandon Mebe makes a play, but Michael Bennett jumped off sides again, so that's 5 yards and a first down. 1st and 10 Packers at their own 32. 10:01 to go in the third quarter. Off tackle right to Lady Lacy, guessed wrong. Only picks up 4. See, Lacy has a good card, but it's chunky. Big hits on 2, 4, 10, and 12. Off tackle left to Lacy again. Picks up 6, so +4, +6, first down, moves the chains, but that it's eating up clock, all these runs. Flat pass right to Eddie Lacy. Picks up 1. 2nd and 9 at the Packers 43. Blocking back halfback against the 4-3, off tackle right to Lacy. Guess wrong, 32 yards, and there's a penalty on the play. It's an offsides on Bennett again. The Packers decline, and suddenly they're cooking with gas. They're in business. 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 25. Big run by Lacy. Line buck to Lacy, guess wrong, nobody in the zone. Picks up 6 as TJ Lane makes the block. 2nd and 4 to Seahawks 19. 7:28 to go in the quarter. Line buck to Eddie Lacy, guess wrong, 0 in his zone. +29, that's a touchdown, 19 yards. And Eddie Lacy says, I'll put the team on my back. You guys can count on me. I'll get us back in the game. And if he makes this 2-point conversion, it'll be a 17-point game. Pass call. Short pass to Kuhn. We have a 13% chance of a sack. And it is a sack. Oh, that's lucky. Seahawks hold off the 2-point conversion. Another onside kick. And the Seahawks again will start near midfield. 6:51 to go in the quarter. Third quarter here. NFC Conference Championship game, SFFRL. Flat pass left to Paul Richardson, guessed wrong, but it hits a blank on Richardson's part. There's a reason why he's the 3rd or 4th receiver. It's a bomb to Luke Wilson. 3 wide against the 3-3-5. Packers call run. There's nobody in the zone. 8 incomplete on the quarterback's card. And on top of that, there's grounding. Throws the ball into the dirt, trying to avoid a sack, which can't happen on a run play, but apparently grounding can. It's Strat, folks. That's not exactly the NFL. That's close. 3rd and 20. Bomb to Baldwin here. 3 wide against 3-3-5. 0-minute zone. Defender X or long gain. It's a long gain. Oh my. 55 yards from Wilson to Baldwin. Huge play there, folks. The Seahawks are inside the red zone again. Off tackle left to Wilson. Guess right. Picks up 5. Short pass to Cooper Helfet. Had that big game in the divisional round, and he's here for another touchdown. Plus 10. That's 38-12. Folks, this one's just about over. I hate to say it. Well, it actually is over. It was played several hours ago, but this was the point in the game when I felt like I just had to just sit there, let him do what he wants. Maybe he's mixing a run call once in a while, and the game was mine. So he had to run there for 3 yards, makes it 2nd and 7. But you get so many breaks like that. We saw the early run key that caused the fumble. That led to an easy touchdown. You saw the fumble kick return. That led to another touchdown. That's 14 free points. Now we had back-to-back onside kicks in the second half, plus the fourth down where he didn't make it. That's almost as good as a turnover as well. It's around his own 30. So all those things add up, and it makes it. He's dug himself a big hole. There's a short pass to Jordy Nelson. That's only Nelson's second catch in the day for 28 yards. He's usually a big factor if Packers are winning. 2 minutes to go. Seahawks bring all the linebackers off tackle right to Lacey. Fumble -4, and the Seahawks recover it again. Oh, my stars and garters. When it rains, it pours. If without the 2-point linebacker in the zone, and you're in a 3-3-5, that doesn't happen unless you bring the middle linebacker along with the outside linebacker, maybe along with the free safety, depending on which side you're on. And just like that, the Seahawks take the ball away from the Packers again. So if it wasn't over before, folks, it's over now. Maybe not what Butch deserved after coaching a great season. Short pass to Paul Richardson. I wanted to get him a catch. His parents were in the stands today. Okay, maybe not, but I don't know. I felt like giving Richardson a catch, and he got one. Sometimes I'll do that. It's a little stupid. But 38-12 Seahawks, 5-yard pickup on first down, and we're now in the fourth quarter. You have a 26-point lead in the fourth. You're going to win the game 99% of the time, especially when you have the ball in field goal range. Just sticking with the runs, hoping he doesn't key and force a fumble of his own. He does key that time, but it does not force a fumble. And the Seahawks will settle for the field goal, 2 through 8, and it's a 6 roll. So even with Hauschka, who's kind of shaky from that range, the Seahawks have been 2 for 2 today. 41-12, short pass from Jordy Nelson. Now you won't see any exotic pass or defensive calls from me right now. I'm not going to call run, probably. I'm not going to blitz the linebackers anymore. Well, I'm not going to blitz the linebackers all that often. I guess he wasn't really throwing short flat at that much, so. It's a run. Goes for 4 yards. Would have been a short game without the run call. So even when you're like kind of in the driver's seat, you don't want to just totally give up. Games can change around in a hurry. Linebacker to Lacey gets right, +2. Without a run call there, it's a short game. So Seahawks very fortunate and making some decent calls as well. Short pass to Bostic against the run call. Now this is not a good call, but Bostic is such a bad receiver that doesn't hurt me. That would have been a good time to be thrown to Mr. Nelson. All the linebackers are coming. I'll take a right to Jerome Harris. Offensive onside tackle, +7, +2. Did not make the block against a white die 6. Seahawks go 3 wide against a 3-3-5, or 3-3-5 against a 3 wide. Bringing Jordan Hill for pass rush, 3rd and 8. Short pass to Cobb. Incomplete, but there's a penalty. And the Seahawks called for interference. So that's maybe the only area where the Packers are getting a little bit of love from the dice is on the penalty side. 41-12, 9:42 to go in the game. Had an incomplete bomb there. Short pass to Jared Boykin, picks up 10. First down, that's 30. I don't even really care if he scores here. You just want to keep that clock moving. Flat pass left to Boykin, picks up 1 yard. Those are the perfect plays when you're trying to run the clock down. Let him pick up a yard or two and eat up clock. Flat pass right to Juwan Harris. That's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Packers are in the red zone. Off tackle left to Juwan Harris. Guessed wrong. 0 minute in zone. Picks up 6. Second and 4 at the Seahawks 8. So they can pick up a first down here. 4-3 against blocking back halfback. No blitz. It's a pass call. Off tackle right to Lacey. It's the D card, -2 or +4, Bruce Irvin. This is a good Seahawks team. Second year in a row, I think they led the league in points allowed. And that's reflected in their cards. 3rd and 6, short pass to Devontae Adams. Incomplete. 4th and 6, no sense in kicking a field goal. You might as well go for it. You got Aaron Rodgers, you can hit short passes, guessed right, no problem. It is a short pass to Eddie Lacy. There is a 32% chance of a sack. Would have been more if I would have brought linebackers. Or would have been higher, I should say. Guess right, +13 touchdown. So the Packers cut the lead to 41-18. They'll go for 2 again. In the most wildly optimistic scenario, they make the 2-point conversion. That's 41-20. Linebacker James Starks. Run call, guessed right, -1. Well, forget that. Not going to happen now. 12-23. Come for the onside kick. Seahawks get it. And now it's all over but the crying, folks. You hate to put your season in that way. You had a fantastic season. It's record-breaking. But sometimes that's the way it goes in Strat. There's an unlucky rolls, and you're wondering what the heck happened. How did I wind up on the outside of this playoff tournament? So the Seahawks will take on the Baltimore Patriots. I'm sorry, the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. Patriots didn't even make the playoffs in this replay. They got eliminated by losing to the Buffalo Bills. They would have won that game. They would have won the AFC East. They lost it. And the Bills were the AFC East champions, and the Patriots were on the outside looking in. This was, of course, it's the 2014 card set where the Seahawks and the Packers had that great NFC Championship game where the Seahawks had that incredible comeback. They faced the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and of course we all know what happened there. 1 yard line. Should have ran the ball to Lynch. Instead they pass it, and Wilson makes one of the few mistakes he's made as a quarterback, especially in that situation. He's been really good at protecting the ball. But it's like I've got a chance to rewrite history, at least in my little world. And the problem is the Baltimore Ravens. I coached them in this league. I coached them and I coached the Seahawks. They both went 13-3. They both are going to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to have to find a sub coach for Baltimore, as I'll be coaching my beloved Seahawks. So 41-18. This is going to be the final score. Seahawks get the ball back. Just need you to pick up maybe one first down and then kneel it out. Tavares Jackson in the game. We'll just run him on a sneak. Picks up 5 yards. Do the same thing again. Even if you don't make it, Butch is not calling timeouts. And he does make it +7. That Packers run defense is one of their weak spots. So that's going to be it. One more kneel down, and that'll be the game. And the Seahawks vanquished the Packers 41-18. Butch had dreams of going 19-0, and instead he'll have to settle for 17-1. But it doesn't take away from the fantastic season he had. And I did not expect the game to go this way. Then I commented in my chat. But there you go, folks. A brisk 34 minutes of action on our recording here. So let's shut it down and take a look at the box score. So the Russell Wilson only threw 18 passes, only completed 9 of them, but he had 4 touchdowns. 4 of those 9 completed passes were touchdowns. He had 116.0 quarterback rating. He got those 2 short fields and made really 3 short fields and made fine work of them. And Packers outstatted the Seahawks almost across the board, but that doesn't take into account the turnovers. The Seahawks did commit 7 penalties for 65 yards and only 1 penalty on the Packers. But in the end, it didn't matter between the 3 lost fumbles. One of them on a kick return, one of them on a correct key on Lacey, and the other one, I believe it was on a Lacey run that was plugged. Yeah, it was an end run, I think. Whereas if there wasn't a man in the zone, it wouldn't have been a fumble. So Lacey loses 2 fumbles. Juwan Harris loses a fumble, and the Seahawks cruise to the win, and they'll be going to the Super Bowl. So that's about it, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Let me just find a window to shut this down. See ya.